Hi everyone, welcome to My Max Academy. In this video, we'll continue with the chapter Determinants, which is the fourth chapter from your 12th standard CBSE Mathematics. I will continue from example 11, which is in page number 115 in your textbook. So we have to prove that example 11 is to prove that the value of this determinant is equal to a cube. Value of this determinant is equal to a cube. So in the previous video we had talked about the different properties which we can use it on the determinant so that we can find the value of the determinant easily and quickly, right? So we can use those 6 properties that we studied in the previous video. We can use those 6 properties so that we can simplify this determinant and we can find the value of this determinant in an easy and quicker way, right? So now we have to prove that the value of this determinant equal to 0, and we are going to apply some of the properties, the 6 properties. We can use any of the 6 properties and then we can try to evaluate this determinant and prove that the value of this determinant equal to a cube, right? So again, so whenever you have a determinant and if you want to prove it into something on the right side, or when you want to evaluate the determinant and find the value of the determinant, we can the first and the straightforward approach is we can expand the determinant the normal way. We can expand using row 1 a into, we can close this and this into this, minus this into this, and all that we can do, but that will takes more time and it will be little complicated also. So rather what we can do is we can try to use the properties as I said, and we will try to see if we can make some of the elements in a particular row or column as 0. So as an when we get more zeros, right, if we can make many elements in this determinant, either any row or any column, so more and more we have zeros, or more and more we can make these elements as zeros by applying the properties that we studied in the last video, then it becomes easy to find the value of the determinant. So we'll try to make, if we'll check whether we can make some of the elements as 0 in this determinant. So for example, if you observe this and this, so we can make this 2a as 0. This element can be made as 0 this particular by doing, this is in R2 position. I can say R2 minus 2 times R1. If I say this minus 2 times a, so 2a minus 2 times this a will make this as 0. So similarly I can make this as 0 by applying the one of the properties, which is our 6th property that we studied. Like we can say R3 is R3, which is 3a minus 3 times a. 3 times a will give you 3a. So 3a minus 3 times a will give me, make this as 0. So we are going to apply the 6th property, right? So we can apply the row operation like this. So R2 implies R2 minus 2 times R1, then this will become 0. So similarly, colon, I'm going to apply R3 implies R3 minus 3 times R1. So if we apply these 2 row operations, so what will happen to the determinant? So the determinant becomes, so I'll say solution, and I'm going to apply this on this. So this bit becomes, now R1 there is no change, so I'll write my R1 as it is, a plus b plus c, my row 1. Row 2 is row 2. This becomes 2a, R2 is 2a minus 2 times R1 is a. So 2a minus 2 times a is 0. Now this is 3a plus 2b, that is your R2, minus 2 times R1, right, which means 2 times a plus b. So if you do this here, suppose it is 3a plus 2b, that is your R2, minus 2 into R1. R1 is a plus b. If you do this, you'll get 3a plus 2b minus 2a minus 2b. They will get cancelled. You will get 3a minus 2a. This will become a. So if you apply this, so R2, which is 3a plus 2b, that is R2, minus 2 into R1. R1 is a plus b. So if you say 3a plus 2b minus 2 into this will give you a. Similarly here, 4a plus 3b plus 2c minus 2 into R1, which is a plus b plus c. So this will become 2a, 2b, 2c when you multiply. Then if you subtract, so 4a minus 2a is 2a. Then 3b minus 2b is b. Then 2c minus 2c is 0. So you'll get 2a plus b. You'll get 2a plus b. Now next one is R3. R3 is again 3a minus 3 times a. This will become 0. Then 6a plus 3b minus 3 times this. So it will become 6a minus 3a is 3a. Then 3b minus 3b is 0. You will just get only 3a. Similarly, 10a plus 6b minus plus 3c minus 3 times this. So 10a minus 3a will give me 7a. Then 6b minus 3b will give me 3b. 3c minus 3c is 0. So we will get this. We will get this value. Right? So, and we know that as per the property 6, if you apply these row operations, your value of the determinant will not change as per the sixth property that we studied in the last video. Now again, equal to. Now again, if you see whether now you have maximum number of zeros. So once you get 2 zeros, it is enough. You can start expanding through this column, which is C1, because C1 has maximum number of zeros. So you can expand along C1, or we can also still check whether we can make some more zeros if possible. Now if you observe these two, this can be made easily 0 by doing this is equal to, which is R3 is equal to R3 minus 3 times R2. So while making the other one as 0, we should make sure that these two zeros don't get affected. So these two zeros should be 0 only. So such an operation we have to try to apply. So if I apply here R3, which is 3a minus 3 times R2, which means 3 times a, will make this 0. So we are going to again apply R3 implies R3 minus 3 times R2. If you apply this operation, your determinant becomes, so there is no change to the first row and there is no change to the second row. Only the third row is getting changed. So second row also I will write as it is. Third row is R3 minus 3 times R2. So R3 0 minus 3 times R2 0. 0 minus 3 times 0 is 0. So 3a minus 3 times a is 0. Then 7a plus 3b minus 3 times this. 3 times this is 6a. 7a minus 6a is a. Then 3b minus 3 times b is 3b minus 3b 0. You get only a. You get only a. Now we have got now many zeros. We can try to expand now. So we will expand along, either we can expand along C1 or we can expand along R3, because both are having 2 zeros. Row 3 has 2 zeros, C1 has. So we will expand along C1. Expanding along column 1. Expanding along C1. This is column 1. So what do we get? So A into equal to A into, we will close this particular row and this particular column. A into A is A square minus 0 into this is 0. Fine. Then these two are zeros. So even if you put anything here, we have taken this, then we have to take this element because we are expanding along C1. And this position is A 2 1. So it will be negative minus 0 into whatever we do. You close this and this, you will get 0 only. Then again this is plus 0 because its position is A 3 1. And 3 plus 1 is 4. So we should put plus. Then 0 into anything, which means you will close this and this, to this into this, minus this into this. Whatever you do here, you will get 0 only. So finally your answer will be A into A square, which is A cube. Other things are zeros. So we have proved the value of this determinant. Suppose if I call this as delta. Delta equal to A cube. Delta, delta if I put. So we have proved delta equal to A cube, which means this value of this is equal to A cube. So that's a proof of this. So all of you can pause the video and take the notes. I will go to the next problem, which is example 12. So example 12 is EG12. EG means example 12 is without expanding. Prove that. So without expanding, we have to prove that delta equal to x plus y. So we have to prove that PT. Prove that delta equal to x plus y, y plus z, z plus x, and z x y 1 1 1. equal to 0. We have to show that the value of this is equal to 0 without expanding. We should not expand this. We should not expand this determinant. We have to, without expanding, we have to show that equal to 0. So whenever we want to prove the value of the determinant equal to 0, especially, we'll try to see whether we can get any two rows or any two columns are identical. Then we can use the property which says that if any two rows or any two columns are identical, then the value of the determinant becomes 0. That is our third property, right, in our textbook, right? So we will see whether we can make any two rows or any two columns are 0. Are they already 0? No, none of them. No two rows are equal, no two columns are equal. But can we make them as equal by applying any of the row operations? Suppose if you observe, solution is, suppose if you observe, if I add, if we cannot make any two rows or any two columns same, can we make one more column or one more row having same elements in throughout the row, right? All the elements in a particular row or all the elements in a particular column should be same. Already we have one row like that, 1 1 1. Can we get one more row where all the elements are same? That is not there, because here it is x plus y plus z, z plus x, they are not same. This is also different. But is there a way to make one of the rows with all the elements as same? Which means, if you observe this, suppose if you add these two, which means if I apply the operation R1 implies R1 plus R2. If I do this, if I add this plus this, then what do we get? So we get our delta equal to determinant of, so it will become x plus y plus z. X plus y is R1, z is R2, so x plus y plus R2 is z. So it will become x plus y plus z. Similarly, this will become y plus z plus x. Then this plus this is z plus x plus y. And we have to show that it is equal to 0. So we can't say here we cannot put equal to 0. We have to prove that it is equal to 0. Now the second row, no change. I am writing as it is, z x y. Then the third one, 1 1. So delta equal to, again, now if you see the first row, all the elements are same in the first row. If any particular number is common in a particular row or in a particular column, that can be taken out of the determinant. That is by our determinant property number 4, right? If each element of a row or a column of a determinant is multiplied by the k, then the value of the determinant is multiplied by k. So, or in other words, if any element is common in a row or in a column, that element can be taken out of the determinant. It can be the same property 4 can be interpreted in that way also. So if you take that out, so you'll get x plus y plus z. I will take it out because that is there in every element of R1 has that. So if I take that out of the determinant, then it will become determinant, it will become 1 because I have taken this out. Again, this will become 1, this will become 1. Then no change to the second row as it is. Third row is 1 1 1. Now what are we observing here? Now if you see, the row 1 and row 3 are identical. Row 1 and row 3 are same. So we'll say R1 and R3 are identical. Right? So therefore what do you get? Therefore your delta equal to x plus y plus z. When R1 and R2, when row 1 and row 3 are identical, any two rows or any two columns are identical, then the value of the determinant is 0. That is our property 3. So by property 3, the value of this determinant becomes 0. Because two columns are identical, two rows are identical. So your delta will become x plus y plus z into 0, will give you 0. So we have proved the value of this, which is delta, equal to 0. Right? So all of you can pause the video and take the notes. So I'll go to the next one, which is example 13, important. I'll erase this. So we'll do example 13, important problem. Important. So what we have to show that is, we have to evaluate. There's no show that, we have to evaluate. You have to find what is the value of this determinant. So evaluate delta equal to determinant 1 1 1 A B C B C C A A B. Now we have to find what is the value of this determinant. evaluate this determinant. Now again, we will apply series of properties, right? We can apply different properties and then we can try to evaluate this determinant. So again, when we want to evaluate the determinant, the first thing that we try is, can we get more zeros in a particular row or column? Do we have zeros in a particular row or column? If we don't have more zeros in a row or a column, we'll try to see if we can generate more zeros, or can we change the elements to zeros by applying the row operations or column operations. Any of the row or column operations can we apply and make them as zero. So to apply those and make them zero, we have to check whether a particular row or a particular column has all the elements as same. If a particular row or a particular column has all the elements same, then it is easy to evaluate by applying the sum of the row or column operations. Right? So now we observe here the column 1 is having 1, 1, 1. The moment you see any row or any column having same elements or 1, 1, 1, it is also same, then it is easy to evaluate. So how we can evaluate the determinant is solution. I'll say delta equal to, here we can make these two zeros. The moment you see 1, 1, 1 in any row or any column, so right, any row or any column, if you see 1, 1, 1, then immediately I can make this as 0 by doing 1 minus 1. I can subtract this one with this. Again I can say this minus this. So I can say R2 is R2 minus R1 and R3 is R3 minus R1. Then that will make this 0, this 0. So the operation that we are going to apply is, we will say R2 implies R2 minus R1. Similarly, R3 implies R3 minus R1. So make sure that the row that you are using to change these two rows, that should not get changed. Because here you can say R2 implies R2 minus R1. Here you cannot say R1 implies R1 minus R3 or something. You cannot change the row that you are using here to change this row. Right? So here R2 and R3 are changing using R1. Right? So your delta becomes delta equal to, so if you apply this, then R2 is R2 minus R1 means 1. So first row no change. Always write the one which doesn't change. Then R2 is R2 minus R1. R2 is 1. 1 minus 1, 0. Then B is R2. A is R1. So B minus A. R2 minus R1 means B minus A. B minus A. Then here CA minus BC. CA minus BC. Right? R2 minus R1. So R2 is no R3. R3 is R3 minus R1. So 1 minus 1, 0. Then C minus A. C minus A. Then AB minus BC is AB minus BC. Fine. So we have got this. Now delta equal to, let's see if something is common. Now if you see here, this has 0, this has B minus A. If I take C here, or if I take minus C here, I'll get B minus A. Right? So what we can do here is, I will write this as determinant 1 A B C 0 B minus A. Suppose if I take here, right, minus C common, if I take minus C common, then this will become B minus A. Similarly 0, this is C minus A. Here again, if I take minus B common, I'll get C minus A. Because I want to have C, since C minus A is here, I am trying to take C minus A here also. Since B minus C is here, I am trying to take B minus A here also. Now if you observe, the second row has B minus A in each element, because this has B minus A, this also has B minus A, even this has B minus A, because 0 can be written as 0 into B minus A. 0 can be written as 0 into B minus A. So this has B minus A, B minus A, B minus A. If a particular row or a particular column has any number common, that number can be taken out of the determinant. So your delta will become, I can take B minus A from the second row, this second row. So B minus A will come out. Similarly, from the third row, if you observe, C minus A is here, C minus A is here, even C minus A is here, because this 0 can be written as 0 into C minus A. 0 into C minus A is 0. Right? So this also has C minus A, this also has C minus A, this also. So again, row 3 has C minus A, that can be taken out of the determinant, so it will become C minus A. So we'll start the determinant. So 1, I'm writing the first row as it is. In the second row, we have taken B minus A out, so this will become 0, Here b minus a is taken out, it will become 1. Here b minus a is taken out, it will become minus c. So similarly, third row 0, c minus a is taken out here. So 1, so c minus a is taken out, so this is taken out, you will have minus b. So that is it. So delta equal to b minus a into c minus a. Right, now we can, expand the determinant. So the moment you get two zeros, we can start expanding it. If you get any two zeros in a particular row or a particular column, we can start expanding. Right, so if you do that, so if you expand along c1, I'm going to expand this along c1, then it will become 1 into, so this will get close, this will go, so 1 into minus b is minus b, minus 1 into minus c is minus c. So finally we'll get b minus a into c minus a into, this will become c minus b, because this is plus c minus b, c minus b. So now we will try to write it in cyclic. So this is b minus a, I will write it as a minus b. If I write it as a minus b, I will have 1 minus. B minus a can be written as minus of a minus b. A minus b, then b minus c is there? No. We have c minus b. I will write this also as one more minus. I'll write this as b minus c. And this is c minus a, I'm writing as it is. Why I'm writing like this? Because I am trying to get it in a cyclic order. A minus b, then b minus c, then c minus a. We can stop here also, but I'm just trying to write it in a little, little cyclic way, or in a way wherein the numbers or the variables will look cyclic. So I am going to write this as a minus b, then b minus c, c minus a. So that's why I'm interchanging these two. That will give me one negative. If I interchange these two, that will give me one negative. So negative into negative. See, all are multiplication here. So negative into negative is positive. So you will get a minus b into b minus c into c minus a. Right? So this is just to write the final answer in a sum pattern, in a cyclic pattern. So a minus b, then b minus c, then c minus a. So what is the value of this determinant? It is a minus b into b minus c into c minus a. Clear? Now we will go to the next example, which is example 14. So EG 14, example 14. So we have to prove that. Let me take the textbook. So we have to prove that. Example 14 is prove that. PT means prove that. Prove that determinant b plus c, b c, a, c plus a, c, a, b, a plus b equal to 4abc. We have to prove the value of this determinant equal to this. We have to prove the value of this determinant equal to this. Right? So we have to show that this equal to this. Right? So solution or proof. Solution. So again, we will try to see whether do we have any element throughout one in any row or any column. No, not like this. We don't see that. Nothing is having one in any row or any column. Okay. Can we make some operations, and can we make all the elements in a row or all the elements in a column as same by applying any of the row operations? Generally, we'll try to add them. We'll try to add all the three rows. So if I add all the three, I'll get 2b plus 2c. If I add all the three, a plus a, 2a, 2c. So they are different. So I'm not getting same. So if you add 2 or 3 rows or add 2 or 3 columns, we can check whether we get the same element in a particular row or particular column by adding all the rows or by adding all the columns or adding any 2 rows or any 2 columns. If you do that, see earlier in one of the problems here we added the row 1 and row 2. We got x plus y plus z, x plus y plus z, x plus y plus z in the first row in the example 12. So that is also not working. So now we'll see whether we can make the maximum zeros out of this. How many ever elements we can make it as 0, we'll try to make it as 0 by using any of the row or column operations. So now if you observe here, now if this is B plus C, my row 1. So if this B plus C, from this B plus C, if I subtract this B and this C, then this will become 0. So if I do R1 is R1 minus R2 minus R3, then this value becomes 0. Right? So 1 0 we are getting. We'll slowly get 1 0 by 1 0. First we'll try for 1 0. So which means we are going to apply the operations. Row 1 implies row 1 minus row 2 minus row 3. And we can apply such operations also. So what do we get? So suppose if we call this as delta, but delta is going to become, after applying this, so R1 is changing. So R2 is not changing. I will write R2 first. And R3. That also doesn't change. C A plus B. Now what is our R1? R1 is R1 minus R2 minus R3. So B plus C minus B, that is R2. Then minus C, that is R3. So B plus C minus B minus C will give you 0. Now again A, which is R1. R1 minus C minus A minus C. So A, which is R1 minus R2. R2 is C plus A. Minus R3 is C. So if you do this, what do we get? We get A minus C minus A minus C. Then plus A minus A will get minus C is minus 2C. So similarly you do here. A minus B minus A minus B will give you minus 2B. Same way if you do. Right? Now, so delta equal to. Now if you observe the first row, we see that 2 is common. Even minus 2 is common, but we will take positive 2. So 2 is here, 2 is here, 2 is here also, because 0 can be written as 0 into 2. 0 can be written as 0 into 2. So, so if I take 2 out, we get 0, then minus C, minus B. So I have taken 2 common. If any particular row or any particular column, if one row or one column has a number, that number can be taken out. Here, a 2 is present in row 1. In each element of row 1 has 2, then that can be taken out of the determinant. So this will become B, this will become C plus A, this will become B, this will become C, A plus B. Now we'll try to see whether we can make some more zeros. Some more element has 0, so delta, that is equal to 2 into R. We'll see anything can be made as 0. Now again, if you observe, here minus B, here plus B. So if I make this row 2 as this plus this, then this will become 0. If I add my row 2 with row 1, this will become 0. Similarly, my row 3, if I add with this will become 0. Fine. So we will do R2 implies R2 plus R1. I'm going to do R2 and I'm going to add these two. If I add these two, we'll get 0. That is my R2. Similarly, my R3 will become R3 plus R1, which means I'm going to add this and this. So C plus 0 will give me C. C plus minus C will make this 0. So I'll get this 0 and this 0 if you apply these two operations. So the delta becomes 2 into R1, there is no change, minus C minus B. There R2 will become R2 plus R1. So B plus 0 is B. C plus A minus C is A. If you add these two, C will get cancelled. So C plus A is R2, minus C is R1. So C plus A plus minus C plus C will go, you'll get A. Then B minus B is 0. Then C minus 0 is C. C plus C is 0. We are adding. So C plus 0 is C. Right? Again, C plus minus C is 0. Again, this plus this will give you A. Right? So A plus B plus minus B, that will become 0. Fine. Now we got many zeros, 0, 0, 0. So we can try to expand now. 2 into, if you try to expand along any row or any column, we can expand along R1. So I'll write here, the expanding along R1. So I'll say expanding along R1. I'm going to expand along R1. So what happens if I expand along R1? My this one becomes delta equal to 2 into, I'm going to expand along R1, which is 0 into, if I take 0, if I'm going to expand this, so 0 into anything. I have to close this, I have to close this, I should change this into this, minus this into this. So anything that I do, I'll get 0 only. So I'm not writing that. Then minus, for this element, there is a minus will come because the position is A12. Then there is a minus C. So minus C into, we'll close this, right? Close this particular row, this particular column. So B into A is BA, minus C into 0 is 0, right? I have to close this two. So B into A is BA, right? So if I close this element means I should call this particular row and this particular column. So B into A, BA, C into 0, 0. Then minus B, plus into minus B. It is plus, but this minus B is there, minus B into, so observe this. So first this will be plus, then minus, then plus. But here minus B is there, so I am putting. So if you want, I can write like this: plus minus B. So plus, here it should be plus, then minus, then plus. Because this is A11, so it will be plus. A12 will be minus. A13. 1 3 is 1 plus 3 is 4. So if it is even, if you add the column, row position and column position, if you get odd, you should put minus. If you get even, you should put plus. So minus B into, this will go, B into 0, right? If you close these two, sorry, this particular row, this particular column, B into 0, 0 minus CA, C into A. Now that will give you 2 into, now what is this? Minus C into minus C plus C, ABC, plus minus into minus plus BCA, that is also ABC, right? So ABC plus ABC is 2 into 2ABC, that is equal to 4ABC. Fine. So we have showed, right? We have showed that, let me erase these two. So we have showed that the value of this determinant is equal to 4 times ABC. Value of this determinant is equal to 4 times ABC. So value of this is equal to 4 ABC. We have proved that, which is delta. Fine. Okay, so all of you can pause the video and take the notes. And we'll go to the next problem, which is example 15, important. So example 15, EG 15, in your textbook, page number 117. If XY, Z are different and delta is given. So what is given? Given is X, Y, Z are different, which means X is not equal to Y, not equal to Z. That is the meaning of X, Y, Z are different. And also they have given delta equal to determinant of X, Y, Z, X square, Y square, Z square, then 1 plus X cube, 1 plus Y cube, 1 plus Z cube equal to 0. This is also given. What we should show that or prove that? Show that 1 plus XYZ equal to 0. We have to prove that the value is 1 plus X plus Y, 1 plus X into Y into Z, 1 plus XYZ equal to 0. We have to prove this. But what is given? XYZ are different and the value of the determinant equal to 0 is given. We have to prove this. We have to prove that 1 plus XYZ equal to 0. So the proof is, or the solution or proof is, so we will take this is equal to 0, that is given. So we'll write that. So X, Y, Z, X square, Y square, Z square, then 1 plus X cube, 1 plus Y cube, 1 plus Z cube equal to 0. That is given. We have to prove this. 1 plus XYZ equal to 0. Right? So now again, if you observe this, you see that the column 3 is written as sum of 2 rows. Then we can break it as sum of 2 determinants using property phi, which says if a particular row or a column is written as sum of 2 or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as sum of two determinants, right? If sum or all elements of a row or a column are expressed as two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as two or more terms. That is your property 5. So using that property, we can break this into two determinants, which means I can write this as x, y, z. Second column also no change. Third column will become 1, 1, 1 plus, I'm going to break this. Then this is x, y, z, x square, y square, z square, then x cube, y cube, z cube. X cube, y cube, z cube equal to 0. So if a particular row or a particular column has two terms, then you can break this into two determinants. This x, y, z, x square, y square, z square, 1, 1, 1 as one determinant, then x, y, z, x square, y square, z square, x cube, y cube, z cube as another determinant. You can write like this. This is using our property 5. Right? Now again, we will write this as it is. X, y, z, x square, y square, z square, 1, 1, 1. Now if you observe this, plus, if you observe this determinant, the row 1 has x common. X is here, here, here. So if I take x out, I can take my x out. Then if I take x out, this will become 1, this will become x, this will become x square. Then in the second row, y is present in each element. So that can also be taken out. So it will become 1 y, y square. Similarly, from the third row, z can be taken out. So it will become 1 z, z square equal to 0. Right? So now we have got this. Now if you observe this, these two determinants looks like same. The only thing is the third column is 1, 1, 1. Here first column is 1, 1, 1. Now can we do some kind of interchange these two? So can I make this determinant same as this? So suppose for example, if I move column 3 to column 2, if I make one change, if I shift these two, then what do we get? You will get a minus sign. So whenever any two rows or columns are interchanged, then the value of the determinant changes by sign. That is property 2. So if I interchange my C3 and C2, then I will get x, y, z. This will become 1, 1, 1, x square, y square, z square. What I have done, I have interchanged. So I am trying to slowly bring this 1, 1, 1 to the first column like this. So first I am moving to the second column. So C3 and C2, column 3 and column 2 I am interchanging. I'll get, when you interchange any column, you will get a minus. Then plus this one I am writing as it is, x, y, z. There is no change to this. 1 x, x square, 1 y, y square, 1 z, z square equal to 0. Fine. Now again, so again if you observe, so here again we can shift again this to here. So we are basically shifting this to here and this goes here. Here I am going to shift this here and this will go here. One more shift I am doing, so one more minus will come. Again I am going to interchange my column 1 and column 2. Then one more minus will come. That minus will get multiplied with this minus. So minus and minus will become plus. So now the 1, 1, 1 will come to the first column. So you will get 1, 1, 1. Then the first column here will go to here. So you will get x, y, z. Then the third is x square, y square, z square plus x, y, z into 1, 1, 1 x, y, z, x square, y square, z square equal to 0. Now what have we done by doing this? We have made these two determinants same. So it can be taken as common. So I can take this determinant common. So if I take this determinant common, so 1, 1, 1 x, y, z, x square, y square, z square is common. Then if I take this out, then this will become 1. Because this determinant into 1 will give me this. So this determinant is nothing but what? It's a number. So it's something like a plus xyz into a. If I call this as a, entire thing as a plus xyz into a. So a, if I take common, I'll get 1 plus. So this is taken out. I'll get x plus y plus z. Sorry, 1 plus xyz equal to 0. Now we have got this. Now what we have to prove? We have to prove 1 plus xyz equal to 0. So if I have to prove this equal to 0, if you have to prove this is equal to 0, we must prove that this is not equal to 0. Because the product of two numbers is 0. This is one number. See, ultimately your determinant is what? Determinant is a number. So when I multiply a number with another number and the product is 0, and if I want to show that this number is equal to 0, that's what we have to prove here. If I want to show this is 0, I must prove that this is not equal to 0. If this is not equal to 0, then definitely this has to be 0. Only then the product will become 0. So to prove that this is 0, we have to prove that this is not equal to 0. So to prove this is not equal to 0, it means that this has to be 0, because since this is not equal to 0, a non-zero number with some number is 0 means that some number should be 0. So, right, so we are going to prove that this is not equal to 0. For that we will try to evaluate this determinant. What is the value of this determinant? Right, again we'll have to expand this determinant. So before expanding, we'll try to see if we can make maximum elements in a row or a column as 0. Now again, if you observe here, 1 1 1 is there. So the moment you see 1 1 1 in a particular row or a column, then it is easy to apply the row operations or column operations and make two of the elements as 0. So we can make this as 0 by doing this minus this. Again, this can be made 0, R3 by R3 minus R1. So the operation that we are going to apply is, we will apply R2 implies R2 minus R1 and R3 implies R3 minus R1. So if you do this, then this will become, so my first row no change, 1x x square. The second row is R2 minus R1, 1 minus 1 is 0, y minus x is y minus x, so y square minus x square. Then this is 1 minus 0, 0, z minus x, R3 minus R1, R3 is z, R1 is x, so z minus x is z square minus x square, z square minus x square, into 1 plus xy is equal to 0. So this I am writing as it is. It is multiplication. Between them is what? Multiplication is there. Now again, if you observe the second row, y minus x is here. Here also you have y minus x, because y square minus x square, a square minus b square form. This can be written as y plus x into y minus x. So y minus x is here, y minus x is here, and here also you will have y minus x, because whenever 0 is there, y minus x is there, because 0 can be written as 0 into y minus x. So y minus x is here, y minus x is here, y minus x is here. So I can take that out. So I am taking y minus x out from the second row. Even from the third row, z minus x is here, z square minus x square can be written as z plus x into z minus x. So this also has z minus x. This has z minus x. 0 also has z minus x, because 0 can be written as 0 into z minus x. 0 into z, so 0 can be written as like this, 0 into z minus x. Then everything has z minus x. Then that can be taken out, right? So I can take z minus x from the third row. Then my determinant will become 1x x square. Here is 0. I have taken a y minus x out, so this will become 1. Here y minus x is taken out. So this is what? Y square minus x square means y minus x into y plus x. Y minus x is taken out, you will have y plus x. A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. A plus b into a minus b. Right? A square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. So this can be written as y minus x into y plus x. But y minus x, we took it out. So you will have y plus x. So similarly here 0. Z minus x is taken out. It will become 1. Here z minus x is taken out. This is what? This is actually z minus x into z plus x. In z minus x into z plus x, if I take z minus x out, I will have z plus x. Fine. Then this is there. 1 plus xyz equal to 0. Now the y minus x. Now let's try to expand along C1, because C1 has maximum number of 0. We will expand along column 1. I'm going to expand along this, which means we will take only this element and do it, because the other two elements will give you 0. So 1 into, close this, 1 into z plus x is z plus x, minus 1 into y plus x is y plus x, minus, so you have to put a bracket here, you have to be careful, right? So 1 into, close this, 1 into z plus x is z plus x, minus, you have to put the bracket immediately, 1 into y plus x is y plus x, then this will be minus 0, this will be 0, right? 0 into anything will give you 0. Again, this is 0. So you don't have to worry about these two, right? Then this is whole thing. This is 1 plus x, y, z equal to 0. So this will become finally y minus x. This will become z minus x. Then this is here, if you see x will get cancelled because this minus into x minus x is plus x. So you'll get z minus y. Z minus y. Finally, these are zeros. So finally, this entire value will become z minus y into 1 plus x, y, z equal to 0. Now, the given determinant, this equal to 0 is written like this. After expanding, we got this. And now what we observe here, right? What we observe here is, now if you observe, it is given that x, y, z are different. X, y, z, all of them are different. Then when x, y, z, all of them are different, then x and y are different. X is not equal to y. Therefore, y minus x is not equal to 0. And z and x are different. These two are not equal. Different means they are not equal. Therefore, this z minus x is also not equal to 0. Z and y are different. So z minus y is also not equal to 0. So this is not equal to 0, this is not equal to 0, this is not equal to 0. The sum in it's like 4 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. Product of 4 numbers is 0, but 3 of them are not equal to 0. This is not equal to 0, this is not equal to 0, this is not equal to 0. Therefore, this has to be equal to 0. Only then the final product will become 0. Fine. So, what we are going to say? We are going to say x not equal to y not equal to z. Therefore, y minus x not equal to 0. Z minus x is also not equal to 0. And z minus y is also not equal to 0. Therefore, we get 1 plus x, y, z equal to 0. Therefore, this has to be 0. Only then the product is equal to 0. The product of 4 numbers equal to 0. But 3 numbers are not equal to 0, which means the 4th number must be equal to 0. So, we have proved 1 plus x, y, z equal to 0. Sorry. So, all of you pause the video and take the notes. Fine. I'll go to the next example, which is example 16. So, all of you can copy the notes. Erasing plus. So, example 16, important problem again. So, what it says is show that determinant of 1 plus a 1 1 1 1 plus b 1 1 1 1 plus c. This value is equal to abc into 1 plus 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by c, which is equal to abc plus bc plus ca plus ab. We have to prove this. So we have to prove that the value of this is equal to, so value of this determinant equal to abc into 1 plus 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by c, that is equal to abc plus bc plus ca, abc plus bc plus ca plus ab. See, once you prove this is equal to this, then getting this is easy because you need to multiply this. abc into 1, you'll get abc. abc into 1 by a, you'll get bc because a will get cancelled. bc into 1 bc, then abc into b, bb will get cancelled, you'll get ca. Then abc into 1 by c, cc will get cancelled, you'll get ab. So once you prove the value of this determinant, right, if you prove the value of this determinant equal to this, then proving this equal to this is easy. Sometimes in the exam they may say prove this is equal to this. Directly, they may not give this. So you must know that you have to first prove this in this term, then it is easy to get this. So we'll prove now this is equal to this first. But after that, proving this is equal to this is just a multiplication. So now, how do we prove this? So solution. Now we have this. Then again we have to look at. So I'll write this properly. 1 plus a, 1, 1, 1, 1 plus b, 1, 1, 1, 1 plus c. Now if you look at this, again we will try to see whether we can, um, uh, try to expand this by, getting maximum zeros, whether we can make some of the elements as zero, or we can get a particular row or particular column with the same elements, so that we can take that element down and it become 1 1 1. The moment you see a particular row or a particular column having 1 1 1, then it is easy to apply the row operations or column operations to make two of the elements as zero in a particular row or a particular column. And that will make, expanding the determinant easy. So here, if you observe, we need to get 1 by a, 1 by b, 1 by c. You need to get 1 by a, 1 by b, 1 by c. But here, if I try to add, you see, I'm not having 1 1 1 in all the in a particular row or a particular column, right? Or if I add any two rows or any three rows or any two columns or any three columns, can I get the same value for all the elements in a particular row or a column? So if I add these, if I add all the three, I'll get 3 plus a. If I add all the three, this will become 3 plus b. If I add all the three, 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3, 3 plus c. They are not matching. Even if I add like this, 1 plus a plus 1 plus 1, 3 plus a. 1 plus 1 plus b plus 1, 3 plus b. This will become 3 plus c. So they are different. 3 plus a, 3 plus b, 3 plus c. So I'm not getting the same element. Now, second thing that we can look at this, we have 1 by a, 1 by c, 1 by a, 1 by b, 1 by c we have to get. Is there a way that we can make these elements as 1 by a, 1 by b, 1 by c? Suppose if I take here from the first row, if I take a common, see a is not there, but I am taking a common from the first row. Though a is not in each element of the row, but still I am taking, then what will happen? So this 1 will become 1 by a, because a is not there, but still it. So a into 1 by a will give me 1. Again a is there, so a is taken out, it will become 1. This 1 will become 1 by a. This 1 will become 1 by a. Why I have taken a out? Now if you multiply this a into 1 by a, 1, a into 1, a into 1 by a, 1, a into 1 by a, 1. So similarly from the second row, I'll take b. Then this will become 1 by b. This will become 1 by b plus 1, 1 by b. Similarly, from the third row, I am taking c. Then 1 will become 1 by c, 1 will become 1 by c, 1 will become 1 by c, and c, if I take c out, c will become 1. Now, if you multiply again, c into 1 by c is 1, c into 1 by c, 1, c into 1 by c, 1, c into 1, c. And now, what is the observation? Is you got the 1 by a, 1 by b, 1 by c that is coming. Now let's try to see if we can add any particular row or particular columns, any two rows or any three rows or any two column or any three column. If we add them, what do we get? Suppose if I add like this, if I suppose add the column, I will get 1 by a plus 1 by a plus 1 by a will give me 3 by a plus 1. This will become 3 by b plus 1, will become 3 by c plus 1. So they are not same. Now if I add like this, now this will become 1 by a plus 1 plus 1 by, so it will become 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by c plus 1. This will all become 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by c plus 1. 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by c plus 1. So the row 1 will become 1 plus 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by c. So all the elements will be same if I do this operation. So operation is the row operation that we have. R1 is R1 plus R2 plus R3. If I do this, this will become 1 plus 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by c. Then again, if I add all this, it will become 1 plus 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by c. Again, if I add all this, it will become 1 plus 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by c. Then second row, no change, 1 by b plus 1, 1 by b, 1 by c, 1 by c, 1 by c plus 1. Right? So if you add all this, we get this. If you add all this 3, R1 is R1 plus R2 plus R3, 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 plus 1 by c will give you 1 plus 1 by a plus 1. So all these elements of row 1 is same. So we can take that out of the determinant. Right? Since row 1 elements are same, so that can be taken out. So if I take that out of the determinant, then I'll get 1 plus 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by c. If I take that, this is taken out. the determinant, then the determinant will become, so I'll put a bracket here. So this entire thing is taken out. Then it will become 1. This is also taken out. 1. This is also taken out. It will become 1. So your first row will become 1, 1, 1. Then the other 1 by b, 1 by b plus 1, 1 by b, 1 by c, 1 by c, 1 by c plus 1. I am writing the other two as it is. These two rows as it is. From the first row, we took 1 plus 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by c common out. So it became 1, 1, 1. Right? So if you take this out, it will become 1. If I take this out, it will become 1. If you take this out, it will become 1. It will become 1, 1, 1, which is that, and the other two I have written as it is. Now again, the moment you see 1, 1, 1 in a particular row or a column, then you can easily make these two as 0. By doing this, 1 is this minus this, will make this 0. Again, this is this minus this, will make this 0. So we are going to apply the operation is C2. Column 2 is column 2 minus column 1. C2 is C2 minus C1. Don't apply row, but apply column. Then only this minus this means we are, trying to go across columns, right? C2, this is C1. I have to do 1 minus 1, which means from C2 I have to subtract C1. Similarly, C3 implies C3 minus C1. So if you do this, you get this is 1 plus 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C into, now if we apply these two operations, column operations, so we can apply column and row operations on the determinant because of the property 6. So this will become, so column 1 no change, so I am writing the column 1 as it is. So this is 1 minus 1 is 0, then this minus this, 1 by b plus 1 minus 1 by b is 1, then this minus this will give you 0. Then again C3 minus C1, C3 minus C1 is 1 minus 1, 0. Then 1 by b minus 1 by b is 0. 1 by c plus 1 minus 1 by c will give you 1. So that is equal to, I have to write this ABC, sorry, I missed this ABC. So this is equal to ABC. So this is there, no? This ABC should be coming here and it is here also. ABC. Then here also I have ABC equal to, right? So this is ABC that which we took common, that should come, no? Here, 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 then. So this is ABC into 1 plus 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C into, now we can expand through R1. Through row 1, if I expand, I'll get 1 into, this will get closed, this will get closed, 1 into 1 is 1 minus 1, 0 into 0 is 0. Then after that I have these two as 0, so I need not worry about these two elements. And so we have expanded, so the value of the determinant becomes ABC into 1 plus 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C, which we have to prove. Which is what we are supposed to prove. Now again, if you multiply again these two, so we have proved this part. Now if you multiply these two, so ABC into 1 is ABC, plus ABC into 1 by A will give me BC, ABC into 1 by B will give me CA, ABC into 1 by C will give me AB. So we have got this also, right? If you multiply these two. So we have proved value of the determinant equal to this, which is equal to this, right? So all of you can pause the video and take the notes. Fine, and I will stop the video here. You can watch my next video for the continuation of this. Thank you for watching. See you all in the next video. Thank you.